I am the bone of my sword. Which is weird since my blade doesn't have bones. It's made of metal. Oh, well, my name's Fox Rhinetoad. They get 9-bit Fox. And, the Fate series. I did one beforehand. I think this was like a year or two ago. I did a kind of a review on the Fate series. And it was like on my phone, so it wasn't that great. So I thought I want to do a new one because I've been watching now Fate Apocrypha. A show where I first started trying to watch it 6 months ago. I tried watching it. I was like, wow, the first 10 minutes are not grabbing me. So I switched to One Punch Man, and immediately 5 seconds in, it caught me. I'm like, well, okay, because I'm gonna be watching One Punch Man today. And I finished that series out and forgot about this one. But this show is getting a lot more reviews, and I kind of like. And the thing is, the Fate series is a series that I actually kind of like the premise and the ideas of it. Mostly because it reminds me of my favorite series that literally does almost the exact same thing, but I think way better. Shaman King. Where basically you have a quote-unquote master who summons a ghost or a hero of the past to fight for them in a contest to then gain a wish granted by basically God. Though in the end of this one, you become God. But, well, it's still the whole thing. The whole thing is there's a contest to win one wish for you to be granted. And, literally, it's almost a similar fashion to it. Even though I'll say, again, I love Shaman King way better for that. And mind you, maybe this is because I believe the Fate series is actually based on a visual... Not a visual novel. Is it not a visual novel? Is that what you call it? When, Eat your bed up. When it's a video game based. The video game novel where it's just read it and, like, you can kind of choose your own path. Well, what's your matter, Bell? You want to be on camera? You want to jump on camera, Bell? But yeah, like a visual novel. What's your Bell? But, no, don't go near the microphone. Basically based on a visual novel series, which I guess maybe is kind of the point. But, when I did my last review, I had watched, Fate Zero as well as whichever one was the one with the dude who's time traveling. I think, wasn't his name Shiro too? I can't remember. But basically, I've watched both of those. I watched it in that order. Zero, which follows the stepfather of, I believe, Bell looking at me, which I believe was Shiro as well. I believe that was the kid's name. The kid with the red hair was his stepfather as well as the father of the white-haired girl. And I thought it was all right, kind of. Even though I watched the end of Fate Zero, spoilers for Fate Zero, I watched it to the end and I'm like, wait, what is the point of this? Because in the end, if I remember correctly, no one wins. No one wins. The Holy Grail is there and they're like, oh, it's the Holy Grail. If we get this, we can make whatever wish we want. The guy literally makes it, gets the Holy Grail, and the Holy Grail goes, oh yeah, you can't actually make a wish. You're just going to F up the world and destroy it. Then what is the point? Then what is the point of the Holy Grail War? What is the exact point? And that was almost my immediate turnoff to the series. Not to mention, like, I don't know, there's no happy ending in all this, which I can find. I'm okay with a dark ending, with an ending that's kind of effed up, where just like, oh, everyone loses, oh. But this, it was just like, okay, there's this dark ending, but in the end, it would have ended badly anyways. There's no wish at the end of the tunnel. At least so what I see. I talked with someone and they said, oh, well, if you watch it, you see that actually all of their wishes are granted during it. I'm like, I didn't know. Because this one guy wished to, keep his daughter and basically his stepdaughter protected and get out of this war and get out of this family who's going to use them up just to die later. And in the end, spoiler alerts, he dies. And they eventually do go on to do this and still kill each other. This one guy just wants to protect the woman he loves and his daughter. And in the end, he dies. Is completely cut off from seeing his wife and daughter. And then basically just dies alone. Well, has a stepson, but then dies alone. And it's just done. There's no wish granted. Okay. And then, what is it? The servants. Which, honestly, yeah, again, kind of a cool idea. You know, using these characters of history who died in the past, legendary heroes, and using them in modern day times so that they can fight and, you know, fight each other, stuff like that. And honestly, I'll say right now, Apocryph, I think, feels like it does it a lot better, maybe. But a lot of the servants kind of suck. Like, again, for example of something like this, Shaman King, Amidamaru, a character who dies, killing 100,000 people. That's his legend. He's killed like 100 people before he died. Awesome. But then we at least have more stuff going on, which I'll admit, like, Apocryphus kind of has a little bit more with, like, at least one character, Arthur, or Arturio, but whatever. Even, like, that King Arturio, I still, like, I don't mind that, like, they do, like, oh, he's actually a girl. Honestly, no. I actually really like, his, son/daughter, it's in Apocryph, I can't remember, the Red Saber, Fudge, what is his name? Morgan? No, not Morgan, that's someone else. Morgana's someone else. Mordred. I honestly really like Mordred, and probably a little bit more than actual King Arthur Saber in this one. But yeah, like, at least looking at these things, like, different things, like the whole, like, oh, these are legendary heroes, and their powers are based off of their legends almost. Their abilities. The abilities that they had in life is kind of transferred over, where King Arthur's phantasm is Excalibur, because of course. Gilgamesh, even though I don't really know why, and I'll get up to him in a second, but Gilgamesh summons weapons from all over, which I guess kind of works as he was a king. He's a warrior king who fought against gods, so he has godlike powers. I guess that kind of works. But in the end, I don't know, their abilities kind of seem flat. It's just like, oh, we have one ability that does this one thing, kind of just it. Not really sure how much it connects with something. Again, Shaman King, Amidamaru. He was known for having an ability to where he was able to move his blade so fast, he's able to basically cause a sonic wave that cuts through people. Great. That's the ability that he had when he was alive. And then his shaman, builds up on that ability along with his oversoul. Allows for what is that? I forgot what the Buddha attack was. That basically is able to purify souls with that same weapon of whiplash abilities and stuff like that. It built on top of the legend of this character, even though you probably won't find him in a history book, but like it's something like that. And even then, you could probably, I feel like they have Hercules, like they have multiple characters in this. And stuff like that. And even then, no matter, and even another thing that, again, because I'm comparing these a lot, because, again, they have, at least to me, a very similar setup. Another thing that, again, I don't mind that they change some things. Oh, Arthur's a girl. Fine, I'm okay with that. Arthur's actually pretty cool. I kind of like that idea. Especially with, Arturio, or not Arturio, Mordo? I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. I can't remember. Red Saber. Red Saber, I really like that stuff. Even like stuff like the helmet stuff. But here's the thing also, because again, I'm going to compare these two because they have some similarities. None of their clothing, at least to me, or even at some point skin tone, really match where their legends come from. Because again, Amidamaru, samurai. he dressed in samurai garbs, samurai armor. But then you'll have someone like what is his name? Bason, who's a who's a ghost from China, so he has Chinese armor and stuff like that. Or I forgot his name, but he's basically the native Japanese, like there's like the Native Americans, native Japanese. They have the little leaf character who has like that native Japanese look. I forgot what their names were. I'm sorry, but it's stuff like that where they look like that's where they came from. They match up to their origins, at least in design wise and look wise. Really, if you look at all of at least for me, when I look at like all these characters in the Fate series, all of them, at least to me, again, there's only slight hints to their origin, which I would be fine with if they literally didn't show multiple times that this is actually what they wore in the past to like try to hide their identity or something like that. Like now they show like, oh, we have to hide their identity. But I'm like, but they should still have armor because they show like this is what they wore back then. So like, if you look at all of them, don't almost every Fate servant who has armor looks European? And I don't even mean that just clothes-wise. Clothes-wise, their clothing is like, sometimes like, oh, it has like the Herculean skirt kind of thing. But it has like straight up like plate mail armor all over them. Or something like that. Like, at least the Centaur, like he's like the one I can just remember right now for Apocryph, where he has like, yeah, the Herculean skirt for stuff, but it looks armor. Or Achilles looks straight up like just European armor. And then even, again, Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh, if I remember correctly, is from Sumerian. Correct, if I'm right. Sumerian legends, which is around Middle Eastern, Babylonian legends, and stuff like that. Babylon and stuff, which is Middle East. Gilgamesh does not look like he's from the Middle East. He looks like he's from straight up Europe. Because if I could freaking bring up a picture of freaking like Gilgamesh or Sumerian, like they have curly hair, dark skin, and even then, like, because again, King Arthur, I'm fine with I'm fine with taking liberties, but at least try to connect them to their source. Because I'm freaking fun, like, oh, sweet, I get, like, when they said, like, Gilgamesh, I'm like, oh, Gilgamesh, Enkidu, sweet! Let's see Enkidu. I thought freaking Berserker was going to be Enkidu. Spoiler alerts, it's not. I was like, oh, that's going to be cool. If let's see if that is Enkidu. Because that'd be kind of a cool thing if Gilgamesh and Enkidu meet up again. Because those guys were like, that was like a bromance freaking story. I want to see that. I want to see like that. And then it turned out, no, it's something different. But yeah, like, again, like Arthur, I'm fine with. She is from Europe. Yeah, that works. But everyone else, they never feel like they're connected to their legends all that much, other than a couple of things, or like maybe when they do full release sometimes. But like other than that, they just feel like European knights. Like all of them almost have just the European knight look. It's just like, really? Like you couldn't make Achilles look like, even though again Achilles, I actually kind of really like that character. There could have been a little bit more there. There could be more there. Or, again, like, they even missed some really good scenes, like, at least in, the one right after Zero, which is technically, Zero's a prequel, but, where the main guy, the redheaded kid, meets his half-sister, or his stepsister. There could have been something cool there, but in the end, it's just, eh. And even then, some legends feel weird or wrong. Like, I could believe at least, like, if they say, like, oh, okay, this is not how Gilgamesh or them actually looked, but the reason why they take on this appearance is to hide their true identities. Which to hide their true identity, because the whole thing is like, oh, if they know who you are, they know you're a phantasm, they could fight against you. Even though I really don't see how exactly. It's like, oh, King Arthur has Excalibur. Of course, her sword is going to be consumed by wind to keep it invisible. What? Or just like, oh, it's the mighty sword. It's like, okay, I can kind of get that, but what? I don't know. It's just dumb in some of those tracks. And again, the characters don't feel like they're from their legends. They just feel, okay, it feels like, again, whitewashing. It's like, okay, okay, we need someone to play Moses. We need someone to play Moses. Christian Bale. What? You know where this takes... Okay. It's stuff like that that's like really dumb in my opinion in the Fate series. Again, mind you, I am really liking Apocryph or whatever the fuck it's called. It is kind of a cool one, if only because I really like Arthur's son, especially with and also because in I believe it was Zero when Saber or Arthur is mistaken for Joan of Arc. And in this one, Joan of Arc appears and she does look almost exactly like Saber. So I do want to finish the series. And only because I want to see how far Red Saber will go or when Red Saber actually meets Joan of Arc. But again, some things just feel like, wow, we just needed a hero to die instantly in this. Spartacus! I'm just like, okay, maybe we'll get like a cool, like, you know, Trojan gladiator look for Spartacus. Nope, long blonde hair, dark skin, goes, or my funniest one that I really love, that I thought was cool, was Frankenstein's monster. They bring her up, her in this. They create Frankenstein's monster, and I'm just thinking, and then they say, Frankenstein saw you, was scared and run away thinking you were a monster. And I'm just like, okay, he made a beautiful young girl and thought it was a wait, what? That's like someone creating a that's like someone creating a beautiful painting and be like, monster, and runs away. It's just like, no, like at least in like Mary Shelley's story, because I read the goddamn thing. He had like Frankenstein was like 7 feet tall, yellow skin, long black hair that hung down, and like shriveled lips, like looked like a monster. Like, if you're gonna make Frankenstein's monster, yeah, we don't need green skin, just 2 giant bolts and I go, no, but at least make her look like that. Like, if you're gonna make Frankenstein a female, fine, whatever. Make her tall. Make her like 6 feet tall, big. We don't have to have like, but like a taller character. Maybe give her the yellow skin, black hair, but no, they try to go for the, dress, and this is just like, really? Really? Or even Jack the Ripper in this, which I'm fine with this having Jack the Ripper in it, but in this, she just goes out and kills anything to eat the heart, when I'm just thinking, shouldn't she be going for hookers? Just a thought? Like, maybe there's some reason that you're going for hookers instead. Maybe that'll be explained later on. I'm not finished with the series. But yeah, she just seems to be eating anyone. I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Jack the Ripper had a pretty specific MO. I'm pretty sure. Not to mention, Jack the Ripper also used to lure, like, I believe, it was theorized that he used to lure them in using grapes, because grapes was like a kind of a big thing back then. You use grapes to lure some hookers and stuff into cars. They come with me, or, you know, pay them and, you know, murder and eat their heart, or take their heart and stuff. But in this, it's 1, a lolly, 2, does not dress anything of the European time that she's supposed to be from. Again, it's funny that, like, this, a series that I'm pretty sure is supposed to be aimed at an older audience, is failing so hard at something that's rated for teens. That's what? How much older? This is like, I think it's still the 90s. I think that's when Shaman King originally came out. Maybe right around the 90s? Let's see here. 2003. First printing, August 2003. Yeah. 2003 was able to do something better than the Fate series could on multiple levels. I don't know. Maybe I'll get comments saying that, like, oh, they're not supposed to be the same series. I guess that. But I'm just saying, like, this thing can take more liberties on different gods and stuff like that that appear from different religions and everything. Bring them together, and it somehow still all works. And I can kind of believe some of these will happen in the same universe, as well as these characters belong to their native culture and lands. Fate series? Fudge no! None of them look almost nothing like their Fate series, except for Saber, aka Arturio, and maybe her son. That's about it. That is as far as you could probably stretch that. And oh no. There is another one. Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, maybe Lancelot. But like those are like the only like 3 to 4 that really connect back to their roots. Or they're actually Hercules too. I'm gonna bring that up. But so like out of what? There's 7 in each, so about 21. Actually no, there's more than 21. 28. Out of 28 servants I've seen in the last 3 series, which I'm pretty sure there's more in the video game and stuff like that, out of 28 of them, about 4 to 5 of them actually look like they could be from their legends. That is failing grade right freaking there. But I don't know. If you want a version, like, again, Fate Apocrypha is actually pretty good right now, and I kind of really like it, but if you want a series that is about, again, a tournament where a bunch of people get together using the power of ancient heroes from ancient times or different time periods to fight in a war or a battle for one wish of like the Holy Grail or godlike powers, this is the series you really should read. And if I remember correctly, they're actually making I believe in this one they're either continuing Shaman King Flowers, which is the sequel to it, or they're making a new series or chapter for it. So, I don't know. But yeah. But tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. For two videos that I've done. Links are on my face. Descriptions around there somewhere. And we will see you later. Also, I really do like... I did kind of wear this on purpose since it kind of resembles the markings that the holders have. Except, you know, this actually gives you power and isn't some kind of 3-wish genie rule, which if you, after the 3rd wish, you lose your servant. So why is that even a rule? Shouldn't it just be that if you use all 3 of them, you just can't command him anymore? It doesn't seem really like a point to even have the 3rd seal then.